Well, we are here at William Inglis for the Standardbred sale. I'm catching up with James Price from William Inglis. Hello.
G'day, how are you?
Very, very well. Nutrien sale is here this weekend. Great to have the Standardbreds here.
Yeah, terrific. It's always been part of our calendar to have Standardbred sales here in between our sales. So, yeah, it's great. Most of the time we look out our office window and it's bare boxes, but it's lovely to see a bit of action going on, horses being groomed and ready paraded, and looking forward to the sale on Sunday.
And the presentation's getting bigger and bigger every year. I love the way people are going about it. They're badging and getting the brand out there, if you like. Yeah,
most definitely. I sort of walked in this morning and saw Nutrien sort of paraphernalia everywhere, and terrific, more than I've seen ever before. So, yeah, it's terrific, and it's so important for us equine industries to try and I suppose, broaden our range of buyers and spread it to the wider public and get people involved in horses.
I think everyone would love to say they're Standardbred only, they're Thoroughbred only, they're Greyhound only. We have a wagering product, whether we like to admit it or not. We need to work together, we need to grow together, don't we? And need to try and build a better product, I suppose. Unfortunately, I hate it, but a better punting product, if you like, to rival basketballs and crickets and those things. So we're obligated to presenting what we have in the highest way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we sort of look at the thoroughbred industry at the moment and look at the sort of let's call them squabbles between Racing Victoria and Racing New South Wales and the difficulties of Racing Australia. It's just complete nonsense, really, because as you say, the wagering dollar is what drives this industry, and fighting against each other and competing with each other is just complete nonsense. So we do all have to work together, and whether that's thoroughbreds, standardbreds, whatever you have. And whatever you're involved in, it's so important, as you say, to compete against the dollar that's spent on AFL, basketball, the emergence of punting on American sport. So, we've got to stick together.
Yeah, and grow a bigger product. That I suppose, state war, does that frustrate you guys a little bit? Because you are in both states. So do you find that tricky?
It is a little bit tricky. I mean, obviously the Victorian-New South Wales rivalry has always existed, and it's sort of friendly rivalry. I guess, the racing jurisdictions are competing against each other, which is not for the benefit of the sport, particularly when we look at the pattern committee and the pattern of our races with black type. Our sales obviously operate very significantly on black type, and that's incredibly important. So if the racing jurisdictions don't follow the black type, and a number of these pop-up races appear and continue to appear, it sort of makes a mockery of what is very important to us and our catalogues and our breeders. So ultimately affects the racing product and what we're selling.
It must make it a bit challenging, because a race goes from $1 million to $5 million. A horse wins that. You guys do the pedigree pages. All of a sudden, a horse has just had $3 million jump into its skyrocket for winning one race. But you might have a horse that's down here in Victoria where the prize money's not quite the same.
Yep.
Might win 2 or 3 better races, if you like. And they don't have that luxury.
Yeah. We talk of the Everest. It's the richest race in the world, and in the last couple of years, it's been the highest rating sprint race we have in Australia. But doesn't have black type status, which is really ridiculous. And so, it does make a mockery of their catalogue. So let's hope, in time, very soon, the jurisdictions can work together. Racing Australia can have a bit more authority and get this pattern committee under control and working the way it used to.
Yeah, it's an issue in standardbreds as well. I mean, here in Victoria we've had state cuts. Other states are going through the roof. New Zealand's having a major influx of cash with Entain jumping on board. So there's always these challenges, if you like, on every side of it. Just very, very, well, not quickly, I don't care how long you talk for, because I don't worry, but we've just culminated in the Easter sale. Firstly, the Easter sale itself, another success. You guys must be rapt. I suppose how that sale has been regarded and kept, if you like. I mean, you've got emerging sales coming out all the time, but it is still Easter. It will always be the Easter sale, and people look forward to it and put their best horses there for you.
Yeah, over the last couple of years, we've tagged it as the best of the best, sort of to remind people that it is the best of the best. And the Sunday and Monday sale certainly culminated and showed almost, a far broader cross-section, obviously, with that Winx filly selling for $10 million, but it showed the world that it is the best of the best that the Southern Hemisphere can put together. And so, we were delighted with the results. I mean, she was a record price for a filly, but if she wasn't in the catalogue, we would have had a record filly with the $3 million, the I'm Invincible out of Booker. So Yeah, quite staggering. You know, we were confident going into the sale that we had a strong buying bench. We'd engaged with a number of buyers, but after day one we were satisfied with the results, but then day two sort of went to another level and averaging 430,000. And I mean, to the everyday person, it's kind of bonkers. I mean, it's bonkers to me. When you go back after a sale and you sit and think about it, you think, goodness me, how can a sale, or how can people average $430,000 for a horse? I mean,
yeah,
that's a house.
Yeah.
You know, that's, you know, it's extraordinary, but you know, it's a fun, fascinating industry that we all are part of.
Winnie, or the Winx filly, when she went through, how were your nerves?
It was quite a funny story, actually, because I was lucky enough. Mark Webster was on the phone to John Stewart,
yep,
the American
he said he'd go to 9 million, and he went to 9 million.
He's becoming pretty famous pretty quickly. But I was actually on the phone to John Stewart's girlfriend, in case the phone that John was on to Mark Webster dropped out. Yeah, you had to clarify that, because you could have got into trouble if you just left it at the first bit. I was just standing on the phone, just sort of on hold, just in case. But
that's the lengths he went to, just so he didn't miss out.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
I should have, in hindsight, I was thinking, so Mark's hung up the phone to John. I'm just, in hindsight, I should have said to Chelsea, the girlfriend, do you want to just see if John
one more
sneaky thing? 10 million might have been...
so he hung up the phone before it
He
finished.
hung up the phone. He obviously had set himself a limit, and he hung up the phone, and Mark was very clear. Phone's hung up, and that's when Jonathan obviously knocked the hammer down to Capitas, Debbie Capitas and Whopper Bloodstock.
Yeah.
But, it was some theatre. They were lining the auditorium sort of half an hour before the sale. You know,
I know some trotting guys. They were doing FaceTimes and videos, and
yes,
saying, "We're here. Look at this. We're here for it." And they just went there for that reason.
Yeah, it's quite spectacular. It's fantastic. I mean, to have every television channel there represented, and newspapers, and you know, it was fantastic. It was a great result. You know, obviously everyone involved in the Winx filly, but for the thoroughbred world, you know, to expand beyond our normal realms was terrific.
I think we go back to the start of our conversation where we were saying about taking on these sports and all the rest. These are superstars. It's great that they are publicising, because then they get into that mainstream TV alongside, you know, Carlton winning the football or Melbourne getting beat. I just said that for Peter Huntington, but any of those sort, you're Melbourne man too, are you?
Melbourne too.
Timing is everything.
I went to bed at half time.
But I mean, that's what happens. We do get into that mainstream media, and that's what we need.
Well, that's right. I mean, part of our promotion of the filly was we interviewed superstars. You know, superstars like Billy Slater, superstars like Susie O'Neill, like these human athletes who were the best they were the best in the world. They were Olympic gold medalists. They were the best of their sport, which Winx was.
Yep.
She was the equine's world's best.
Yep.
So yeah, it just pulled people from so many corners of the globe. It was terrific.
I'm talking to Peter. That's one of the reasons I'm here in the Barrostock here with Kentucky Equine, with their association with KER, and you were saying that KER supplied her diet. Like, I mean, there's so many people behind the scenes, and they're so proud of it, and it's pretty cool, I reckon, that part of it too. Yeah,
that's right. It just, I mean, she was out. She'd been pulled out of her box, and she was getting ready as they do to go into the sale ring, and she's being groomed and, you know, having show sheen put on her. And there were people sort of standing at the end of the aisle with their cameras up, just watching this filly just stand there. I mean, she would have been thinking... She
must have a great temperament.
I think she's got a very good temperament, yeah.
Wow,
yeah, very calm. And then she did 2 big laps of the area where she'd been parading for the week, and it was extraordinary. Like, there were camera crews doing live interviews as she sort of walks behind. I mean, nothing that we've ever seen. A little bit like you'd see at a racetrack if Winx was running at a racetrack or Black Caviar was running at a racetrack. But this is just an unraced,
almost NFL gridiron, where they've got designated camera points and the guys are training behind, and they're doing interviews. That's amazing.
It was amazing.
That's cool insight.
Very cool.
Mate, I better let you go. I've got to do some work for Bardo. He'll keep me on the hop. I know he will. But thank you. Brilliant complex you guys have got here. Love it. Love what you guys are doing, and really appreciate you looking after Standardbred guys, but great insight as well to selling that filly. Thank you very much for joining me.
Pleasure. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, mate.